Hello and welcome to my update for where I'm going as an artist. Um, I've had a little bit of trouble with Shopify's getting found on Google over the years. I don't know if it's the way Shopify is structured to be secure because it creates pages on the fly, or if it's the way Google indexes small businesses due to net neutrality. I'm really not sure, but for some reason, my great big huge shop over the years never got found. It never got indexed right, and it was just doing pretty good. But on the other hand, I was spending all my time designing and not making art. So I'm going to try to get back to making art. Get back to making more art. Here's an example of what I've done. I'm not leaving digital. I'm not going completely analog. No. And I'm not giving up on writing either. I'm feeling pretty good. I've recently received half my brain back through meds adjustment, and I've been taking some time off to relax and make sure it goes smoothly. But here's what I do. Here's one of my drawings in acrylic marker on watercolor in a nice, cute, little easy to handle watercolor sketchbook. This is a tablet drawing from another shop. You still can find Cindy Boyd's shop online. You won't find Cindy Boyd Art online anymore. There was the Shopify store. I shut it down. It's permanently shut down. I am no longer going to attempt that madness. But the fourth wall store, I don't know. If something changes, it might come up. I haven't, they don't really offer metrics on their traffic, so I'm not really sure how that's going. If it's description related, or it's just a type of company that wants you to drive all the traffic to them, which I have a meager following. I have a following, but I haven't gone viral. So, it's just something I'm doing in the background eventually, maybe. To keep busy, I am revisiting peyote stitch jewelry. I used to make a lot of peyote stitch jewelry when I could do nothing else. It's really relaxing, and it goes back to native roots. Somewhere in my family history, we're like 1/64th something, but nobody's left alive that remembers the tribe. I have a vivid memory of my grandfather finding a book in the library and telling me when I was about 12 years old, "Oh, this proves our Native American heritage." And I'm like, "That's great. Okay. I'm not going to remember this, Gramps." And he would do that to me sometimes. He was kind of a bit of a jerk, but I have 200 of his letters written to my grandmother, without whom which I would not be here, and my daughters and my sisters, and and there's a whole herd of women folk that would not be here without this Air Force survivor. He survived the Air Force during World War II. I still don't know if he flew missions. I have vague recollections of childhood being told that he did, but I've gone through the letters and I am up for there from 1941 to 1947, and I am on um here's the blog at Blogspot. See that. I am up to October 16th, 1945. And there have been no missions. He's still stateside, but they transferred him all over the bejesus place. And here is the next letter, which I'm waiting to do until I am feeling comfortable. I want to be accurate when I type. When I go through men changes, sometimes I have working memory problems, so I try not to write too much if I'm trying too hard to remember things. A good measure of how I'm doing with that is, can I cook? Am I microwaving everything, or can I cook a meal on the stove and keep track of all my stuff in my head and not screw that up? If I can cook, I can write, and then I can type, and I won't make too many errors. But this is the next letter. Look for this probably next month. The podcast was going well, but it was so out of date because I started it and stopped it and started it and stopped it. And I'm a bit poor, so I let the membership slide. I didn't get any donations, and it deletes after 90 days. So what I'm going to do is re-record the podcast after I finish all the letters. This may not be until next year, but look forward to the podcast coming back for Letters Ready to Show, a World War II love story. However, although I have self-published 2 books on Amazon, they have not really sold. I got a 5-star review from a writer friend of mine, and I thought maybe that would help. I thought maybe having sales at all would help, but it's just too hard to get found. It's also a very niche market. It's travel journals from grandparents. It's more like travel journal notes, almost in poetry form, transcribed from 1960s month-long trips to Europe. They saw the sights and got to see the world, and I always respected that because I always wanted to travel. But now I'm a little bit afraid of traveling. It's a different world, but I love the idea of going there. You can find images from there still on my Pixels, which is off of you see in my profile. Here's my link tree. My link tree takes care of the need for me to have a website. What are you looking for? It's totally free. And Siri's talking to me, pardon me. I found this on the web. Oh, did you? Anyhow, my link tree has the link to my Pixels website, which carries all the slides from Europe, plus all my digital artwork that I'm no longer using in print on demand. It prints well on most things. There's no all over print clothing on Pixels, So a lot of times people sell prints or stickers. So it's a different market. I don't sell a whole lot on there. But some of the things it works out to, it's hard to size all your images digitally for the vast seas of print-on-demand marketplaces. But you have to maintain space and maintain your image database because nobody can afford to go above however many gigs you go above where it hits an over $20 mark. I just won't do it. No, I am poor. And I found clay. A friend of mine lent me some Crayola air dry clay, which is totally non-toxic, which is good for my environment. I can color with my acrylic markers, which were a gift, and I just use nested cookie cutters on it to make pendants, and then I'm back into trying to find some jewelry to. I don't know if I will go on Etsy again. I don't know if I can afford enough materials to consistently make an item for sale on Etsy. I'm working on it. Right now I'm making art for art's sake, more like art therapy, but I do have sales occasionally. It has not added up to much this year. It really hasn't. But I am keeping in touch, being honest with you as an artist, and encouraging the arts. My greatest wish is for the arts to flourish and people be able to create and experience. Oh, there's a picture of my grandpa right there. And my digital picture frame keeps me company. I lost most of my paper photos in moves, but what else do I have? I have a few things I had printed. I'll use them for, photography. Yes, I lost my original camera that got me into photography. Back when I had a bad time about a decade ago. Yeah. But I found the phones that are nowadays have great megapixels, so I'm doing pretty good. I know there's often a debate about real photography and digital photography, but I think we've gotten over that with the age of AI. I don't know how much I'll experiment with AI. It's a little expensive, but it's free with some of the Photoshop things. I'm keeping Photoshop. It's the only way you can resize an image correctly and be sure for print. And what else am I doing? Oh, cleaning more. Now that I'm not designing 24/7 for the madness that never happened, which is good. Good. I'm reading. I picked up books. I got recipe books with the hopes of cooking more often, but I have to desensitize myself to being in the kitchen, so I turn the radio on in the kitchen like my dad had when I was a kid. We grew up with the radio on in the kitchen all day, and the TV on in the living room, radio on in the kitchen. We'd just move around the house and we'd be fine. And that really helps me. So from time to time, I spend time in the kitchen now. It's therapeutic. And what else is going on? Oh, I'm imploring my Kindle to get to sleep at night a little better. I'm reading to keep sharp and control. During my recent medication adjustments, I had increased tangential thinking, which is something I used to have back in my college days. I had a lot of college. And it's hard for me to deal with the fact that I am not employed. I'm a self-employed artist, yes, but it's a crazy thing. I'm keeping my mind, so you can see I just went off in tangent land. I'm working on it. It's doing pretty good. I think a month from now I'll be able to write again, and I'm just gonna keep reading and practicing, keeping, there's some movie or something that once said your brain will remember how to work, or your body will remember how to breathe, or something. I think it was in The Abyss when he was going down in with the liquid in the scuba diving thing. It's like your body will remember how to breathe. You breathe amniotic fluid for this long, and he was breathing the liquid oxygen and stuff. Do you remember that scene? Classic scene. Well, I use that as your brain will remember how to work, even if you're not as sedated, which is good because this is not the 80s. We do not sedate all of our mental health problems. No, we treat them. And I'm doing my best. I am an artist, and I enjoy the followers. I am doing this for veterans because World War II is the war to end all wars, and I want us to remember that because we have some stuff going on that I don't want to get too politically. I don't want to invite too much commentary on the contrary. We're living in, unfortunately, tumultuous times. All right, so that's my that's my artist update for where I'm headed, evolving as an artist to a little more studio art, a little less digital design, and paying a little more attention to the sound quality on my my podcast, and trying to learn about how to do that. So, you got to balance it. You take one thing and you put it aside, and then all of a sudden you're able to do things like make this lovely copper necklace. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for watching. Don't get into print on demand to own a home, but if you want to get into print on demand and give it a go around and play the search game lottery, give it a try. It's there. It's a tool. It's a tool artists use. There's a lot of good ones I still support. on X, where I'm active, because it seems like the only kosher place to still market your art, but not spam by sharing fast. It seems like it spins a little differently than Meta's. Meta stuff I use for, um, I'm working on posting more on my Facebook fan page. I had to evolve it when I changed the store to a creator website instead of a merchant website, and I had to change the names on everything and relabel, rebrand, because an artist has to do that stuff. Now I'm in tangent land again, so I will let you go. Thank you for watching.